guys, what's going on? It's MassiveJoes RAW review, and I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Awesome! Raw review on an all-new pre-workout supplement from an all-new company to the Australian market. It is, of course, Olympus Labs Conqu3r Unleashed in the house. Let's get straight into it, show you guys what's in it, tell you exactly what it's going to do. A lot of awesome ingredients in this here Conqu3r Unleashed, viewers at home. Unfortunately, that nutritional information panel ain't gonna get it done. We're about to go balls deep in this here Conqu3r Unleashed. Luckily, got ourselves a big ass nutritional information panel for the viewers at home. Starting from the top, serving size 2 scoops, 14 grams. Got yourself about 20 of them 2 scoop 14 gram bitches in one of these 20 serve Conqu3r Unleashed bitches. So I do have to emphasize the point, viewers at home, that one serve is 2 scoops. So in one of these tubs there is 40 scoops, but 22 scoop serves. If we do a quick summation and we add up all of these delicious active ingredients that we're about to go to, we will quickly discover that it's 81% active ingredients, 19% flavor. They do not use artificial colors and they do not use fillers at Olympus Labs, so it's just 19% flavor. In terms of what the 2 scoop 14 grams is made up of, starting from the top, let's start with the maximum endurance matrix, starting off with creatinol O-phosphate, aka COP, in a 2 gram serve. For viewers at home who are unaware, do not confuse creatinol O-phosphate with creatine. It is not creatine. It does not act like creatine does. In fact, the actual name of it, creatinol O-phosphate, is up for debate in the scientific community. For viewers at home who are unaware on what creatinol O-phosphate actually does, it's what we call an intracellular buffer, which means that it prevents a dramatic drop in pH caused by acidic fatigue toxins such as lactic acid, hydrogens, all those nasty fatigue toxins that build up in muscles as you're training and actually cause muscular fatigue. So as an intracellular buffer, it stops those fatigue toxins from building up and dropping the pH within the muscle, which means you can train harder for longer. In terms of the actual clinical dose or the efficacious dose of creatinol O-phosphate, it is exactly 2 grams. And fortunately for us, in this Conqu3r Unleashed, Olympus Labs have put exactly 2 grams. So creatinol O-phosphate effectively, not surprisingly, in the maximum endurance matrix, is going to help with muscular endurance. Moving right along, we then move on to AlphaGlycerol, the proprietary form of the proprietary ancient peat and apple extract made by a company called Futureceuticals. We have seen this pop up quite recently in a lot of pre-workout supplements as an alternative to creatine. Because effectively, the way that AlphaGlycerol works is it circumvents the process by which creatine is a precursor to ATP and delivers ATP straight to working muscles. So you don't have to go through the body actually creating ATP using creatine as a precursor. You go, boom! Take some ATP in the form of the AlphaGlycerol. Obviously, increase in ATP gonna primarily increase muscle power more than muscular endurance. So I'm not really too sure why they put this with creatinol O-phosphate and inside the maximum endurance matrix. It's more like a muscle power type ingredient. The clinical dose for AlphaGlycerol, the dose that all the studies have been done on that show an increase in ATP and increase in power, is 150 milligrams. Fortunately for us, Olympus Labs have included that exact dose, 150 milligrams, in this Conqu3r. Moving right along, we then get into what Olympus Labs are calling the incredible pump matrix. Not just the pump matrix, viewers at home, an incredible pump matrix, and we're about to find out why. Starting from the top on this one, we're talking about Lcitrulline in a 4 gram dose. For viewers at home who are unaware, Lcitrulline, one of the most proven precursors to nitric oxide booster, going to decrease the friction of blood flow, increase muscle pumps, increase vascularity, increase nutrient delivery to working muscles. The efficacious dose of Lcitrulline Not to be confused with citrulline malate, because we do see both forms in pre-workout supplements. The clinical or efficacious dose of Lcitrulline, the free-form citrulline, is 3 grams. 3 grams plus, whereas citrulline malate is like twice that, it's 6 grams plus. In this here Conqu3r Unleashed, Olympus Labs have put 4 grams of that citrulline, so you know you're gonna have some sick pumps. Moving right along, we then move into the HydraMax Glycerol powder, one of my personal favorite pump supplements. The HydraMax is obviously the patented version of the glycerol powder, which yields 65% glycerol, as opposed to glycerol monostearate, which is the less potent form of glycerol. Doesn't yield as much glycerol as the HydraMax glycerol does, yielding 65%. For viewers at home who are unaware, glycerol is a muscle volumizer. So alternatively to like something like Lcitrulline and some of the other pump ingredients we're about to go through, increase nitric oxide production. Glycerol doesn't increase nitric oxide production, it increases intracellular fluid and causes hyperhydration of muscle cells, which is once again going to help with nutrient delivery, but most importantly, going to help with the muscle pumps, man. Gonna help with that muscle volume. Gonna blow you the f up during your workout. That's what the glycerol is used for. In terms of the clinical dose or the efficacious dose of HydraMax glycerol in particular, it's around the 1 gram mark. Olympus Labs have gone balls deep in the glycerol in this Conqu3r Unleashed. Put a whole 2 grams, man. Double efficacious dose. Moving right along, we then move into Nitrous Gene, aka arginine silicate inositol. Nitrous Gene is the patented version of patented version. Let's try that one. Of the arginine silicate inositol. This is the compound is actually arginine in an inositol and potassium silicate base. What it does is it's obviously a form. It's a form of arginine. What it does by combining it with inositol and potassium silicate is it increases the bioavailability of arginine. And they have actually tested free-form L-arginine to Nitrous Gene, and the type of results that they have received when testing these two supplements together is a 5 times increase in blood vessel relaxation, a 2 times increase in vasodilation, a 2 times increase in localized blood flow, and most importantly, up to 14 days after dosing with Nitrous Gene when compared to just free-form L-arginine, 14 days later, still elevated nitric oxide levels. It's ridiculous. The efficacious dose and the dose that these studies were done on with the Nitrous Gene is 1.5 grams. Not surprisingly, the dose that they've put in this Olympus Labs Conqu3r is 1.5 grams. Moving right along, we then finally end the incredible pump matrix with 1 full gram of Agmatine. Agmatine, once again, Agmatine is actually a precursor to arginine, which in itself is a precursor to nitric oxide, so a nitric oxide booster, similar to citrulline, similar to the Nitrous Gene. Clinical dose of Agmatine is 750 milligrams plus. They've gone over and above that, Olympus Labs in this Conqu3r, and put a full 1 gram of Agmatine. That's the incredible pump matrix. Moving right along to the immaculate focus and energy matrix. Now this is where Olympus Labs, they kind of, you know what they do here? They kind of go proprietary on us, but they do tell us what the dosage of one of the ingredients in this proprietary matrix is on the front of the label, and we asked them how much caffeine is in there. So we can actually deduce and figure out exactly how much is in this proprietary blend, viewers at home. So starting from the top, we've got caffeine in the form of 1,3,7-trimethylxanthine, that is synthetic caffeine, of course. Caffeine, a central nervous system stimulant, going to boost your physical and mental performance. This was the ingredient that we asked Olympus Labs how much there is in this proprietary blend, and they came back and they said 300 milligrams. Spot on 300 milligrams, which for me personally is the sweet spot for caffeine. Don't give me any more in my pre-workout supplement, because I'm gonna have to go find the squat rack and take myself a nap. But 300 milligrams for me is perfect. Moving right along, we then move into Alpha Size, which is the registered patented version of alpha-glycerol phosphorylcholine. Now this is not a stimulant. It's in the immaculate focus and energy matrix. This is dealing with the focus part of this matrix. So what alpha-GPC in this particular standardized patented version does is it crosses the blood-brain barrier. And once it gets into the brain, it increases the synthesis and the secretion of a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. And for viewers at home who know anything about nootropics and neurotransmitters and choline and dopamine and acetylcholine and all those delicious nootropics, acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter that is primarily responsible for boosting mental focus, improving concentration, improving memory, and just giving you that kind of feeling of tunnel vision type focus. That's really what, when you have a boost in acetylcholine, that's really what you get, is you get that kind of, that tunnel vision focus type effect. The other cool thing that the alpha size does in particular, and they've done studies on this, is it boosts acute growth hormone production. So it can actually help when taken pre-workout, not just with mental focus, concentration, mental performance, and all of those cognitive-based performance enhancing tasks, but it can actually help boost power output during exercise, which is really cool, especially when you go and you combine it with something that's going to increase your ATP production, like creatine, or like what they've used in this here Olympus Labs Conqu3r, the AlphaGlycerol. The clinical dose, or the efficacious dose of alpha-GPC is 600 milligrams. Now this is the one ingredient that I was telling you guys they tell us about on the label. So if I can get some zoom of focus action, please. You can see right there on the label, it says the alpha size is a 250 milligram dose in a 2-scoop serve. So it is underdosed. It's actually the only ingredient in this entire supplement that is below efficacious or clinical dose is that alpha size. Moving right along, we then get into the Regia Extract. Now this is really cool, viewers at home. I want you guys to get your pens out and take notes on this mother. Regia, aka the Juglans Regia, aka the Persian walnut, aka the common walnut, aka walnut bark extract. Now what Regia actually, let me start with what it is, because this is pretty cool. What it is it's a naturally occurring version of DMHA. Now DMHA is the new stimulant on the block, which is supposed to kind of replace DMAA, dimethylamylamine, which was banned worldwide a couple of years ago, starting to kind of make its way back with some lawsuits with the FDA in the US and all that crap. But DMHA is kind of being praised as like the next DMAA, possibly even better than DMAA. Now DMHA can be made synthetically, and it can be made naturally, or it occurs naturally. It occurs naturally in 3 different plants. One of the plants is the walnut and can actually be found in the extract of the walnut bark. So we're talking about the naturally occurring source of DMHA, which is being yielded from this Regia extract. Now in terms of what the Regia or the DMHA, the naturally occurring DMHA actually does, it's a psychoactive and a central nervous system stimulant. Now for those of you who are interested in the actual nomenclature or the chemical structure, we're talking about here, DMHA synthetically is 2-amino-6-methylheptane, naturally is 2-amino-5-methylheptane. So the difference between the synthetic DMHA and the naturally occurring DMHA is the naturally occurring DMHA is more potent than the synthetic. Much more expensive to get because of the extraction process, but it effectively means you don't need to take as much as the synthetic version to get the psychoactive and central nervous stimulant type results. So what we're seeing, and this is still very new because it is a very new supplement, a very new ingredient in supplements, is the kind of clinical dose. What we're talking about with like DMAA is 75 to 100 milligrams. The synthetic DMHA is around 75 milligrams. So what we're kind of seeing is that a lot of people are saying, or a lot of people who are into this kind of cutting edge stimulant type talk are saying that the natural version of DMHA, the one that is occurring in the Regia Extract, you want to dose at about 50 milligrams, possibly a little bit higher, but it seems like 50 milligrams is indeed the sweet spot for the Regia Extract. We'll come back to that dosage and how much we think is in here in just a second, because we do need to move on to the final ingredient in the Immaculate Focus and Energy Matrix, which is the Alum Bonus seed extract, which has been standardized for HydraMax. HydraMax, a beta-2 adrenergic receptor agonist, relaxes smooth muscle in your lung, acts as a heart stimulant, acts as a respiratory system relaxant, aka a bronchodilator, so it's going to increase the stimulation of your heart, the power of your heartbeat, while relaxing your respiratory system. So it's effectively almost like turbocharging your body in a way. The clinical dose for HydraMax is, of course, the 50 milligram. Now let's go back. And we're going to use a little bit of deduction here, viewers at home. We're going to go 650 total milligrams in the Immaculate Focus and Energy Matrix. We know 300 of those is caffeine, so we're left with 350. We know 250 of that remaining 350 is the alpha size, the alpha GPC. We can therefore deduce that HydraMax is probably in there at 50 milligrams, and therefore the Regia Extract is probably in there at 50 milligrams. So we are pretty much spot on with sweet spot dosages with each and every ingredient in the Immaculate Focus and Energy Matrix, which is good news. Moving right along, we then move on to the final ingredient in this Conqu3r Unleashed from Olympus Labs, the maximum absorption matrix, which is one ingredient. It is the patented registered version of BioPerrine, the black pepper extract, in a 10 milligram dose, which is going to help the absorption of all of the active ingredients. The extensive list of clinically dosed active ingredients in this Conqu3r Unleashed. Got yourself some artificial flavors, no artificial colors. And that's what's in it. So there's a lot of ingredients in this, viewers at home. There's a lot of ingredients. I probably haven't spent that long going through a pre-workouts ingredients in any raw review we've seen thus far, but it is definitely warranted for this here Olympus Labs Conqu3r Unleashed, because when you see what's in it, how things work together and how they're dosed, it really is a phenomenally put together pre-workout supplement. I don't even know if phenomenally is a word. I don't give a f. That's how I'm describing it. In terms of how it tastes, how it mixes, comes in 4 flavors. Comes in lemon rocks. Comes in manacle mango. Comes in crushed candy. Comes in what they're calling the strong berry kiwi or strawberry kiwi. The 4 flavors. I have tried each and every one of the flavors. These are actually, these are the communal tubs at MJHQ, the open tubs. So for the purposes of the infamous MassiveJoes taste and mixability test, let's go the crushed candy. Because I know you all want, everyone knows what strawberry kiwi tastes like, mango tastes like, lemon tastes like. No one knows what the crushed candy is. So, going to bust open this this communal tub down here we got of this Olympus Labs Conqu3r Unleashed. The first thing that I will say is anything that has HydraMax glycerol in it in more than like a 500 milligram dose, you're talking 2 grams per serve in this Conqu3r Unleashed, or 1 gram per scoop, is going to clump. So can you guys see that shit? Can I get some zoom and focus action on that? Can you see that? You see how that's clumped? You see that? It's kind of hard and like clumpy and shit. So that is, it's just part of, if you want the benefits of HydraMax glycerol, you're gonna have to put up with your pre-workout pumping. So when you purchase this product and you open the tub and you see that shit, do not be alarmed. It's just part of the hygroscopic nature of the HydraMax glycerol. Let me take 2 scoops of this Olympus Labs Conqu3r Unleashed in the infamous MassiveJoes double wall glass. Show you guys how it mixes, and then refresh my memory on how the crushed candy tastes, man. Drop that bitch in that bitch. Drop that bitch in that bitch. And let it rain, let it rain. A few flicks of the wrist. And firstly, you guys will see what I'm talking about when I say they don't use any colors in this Olympus Labs, because the label looks like that, like bluish, and the product looks like shit. Just to be honest, that's what you're thinking. I said it, that's what you're thinking. Anyway, as you can see, there's some sinkers down the bottom. I really didn't use enough water for 2 scoops, to be honest. That being said, there's nothing really in there that's going to give you trouble dissolving. So I would go so far as to say blender ball is not required for this here Olympus Labs Conqu3r Unleashed. Let me refresh my memory on how this crushed candy tastes, man. So this is the issue. When you're dealing with, how many active ingredients we've got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 active ingredients. And you're trying to mask the flavor of them, and some of them are very potent, Agmatine in particular, Lcitrulline is another one. You're trying to mask 11 active ingredients in full clinical doses with only 19% flavor, is you end up with a flavor like what Olympus Labs have done with this here Conqu3r Unleashed. It's not, you know what? It's not bad. It's just not great. And I think, honestly, I think the fact that they haven't used colors and you know that what you're drinking looks like that, probably initially sets you up for it not to taste great. There's really no other way to put it. It's not a great tasting pre-workout supplement. It's not the sort of pre-workout supplement that you would go, if the shit doesn't work, I'm gonna drink that motherfucker anyway. No one's drinking this if it's not working, to put it quite simply for you guys. So the flavors are not great. Look, if I had to rank them with my personal preference, I would probably go the crushed candy as the first. Mango and strawberry kiwi are pretty much on par, depending on whether you like strawberry kiwi or mango. I'm not a big citrus fan, as you guys know, so I would put the lemon rocks flavor as my fourth personal flavor. But the flavors aren't great. That being said, drink it out of a black Team MassiveJoes blender bottle or a red one so you can't see the color of the shit you're drinking, and you're gonna be just fine. In terms of the effects, because that's what you're taking the shit for, man. That's what you're taking this Conqu3r Unleashed. You sure as hell ain't taking it because it looks pretty and it tastes good. Let me start by firstly saying that by going through the ingredients list, keen viewers at home would realize that we're dealing with 2 supplements in one here. We're dealing on one hand with a very strong stimulant-based supplement with a muscular endurance ingredient and a muscle power ingredient combined with the most comprehensive nitric oxide boosting muscle volumizing supplement we have seen thus far. It really is. If you put that incredible pump matrix and you put that up against, take the Pepsi challenge with any other, and I'm talking any other nitric oxide boosting supplement on the market today, it wins. Just that part of the supplement. So you've got that, the most comprehensive nitric oxide boosting muscle volumizing supplement we have seen thus far, combined with a very strong stimulant blend, plus muscular endurance, plus muscle power. That's what you're dealing with this supplement. With that in mind, there's a couple of effects that I can tell you straight off the top. Firstly, the muscle pumps are ridiculous. Like they are ridiculous, and you would expect that looking at that incredible pump matrix and knowing that it is the most potent, most comprehensively dosed nitric oxide boosting muscle volumizing part of a pre-workout supplement in its own right that we have ever seen. The muscle pumps are ridiculous. If you're lean enough to get vascular, the vascularity is ridiculous. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting in terms of how good the pumps are. In terms of the muscular endurance, it's good, it's not great. I think, you know, if they had chucked beta-alanine in here or beta-alanine orotate or some sort of beta-alanine, which we know works fantastic in conjunction with creatine phosphate, muscular endurance would have been next level. It's not next level, but it is definitely noticeable, and you do train harder for longer on this Olympus Labs Conqu3r Unleashed. Muscle power also with the Elevate TP. I personally love Elevate TP as a pre-workout. Viewers at home would know that I dose creatine post-workout with carbohydrates. I don't like creatine pre-workout. I much prefer Elevate TP. And from my personal experience, my muscle power on Elevate TP is much better than it is on creatine. So I highly rate this supplement in terms of muscle power. Finally, in terms of energy, in terms of that stimulant complex in this Conqu3r Unleashed, there's a couple of things that I do have to point out that you will experience that you may not be expecting to experience with this Conqu3r Unleashed based on the different stimulants in there. The first thing is, it doesn't hit you right away. Even though there's 300 milligrams of caffeine combined with the DMHA naturally occurring, the HydraMax in there as well, and the alpha size, it doesn't hit you right away. It's the sort of pre-workout supplement where you take it, you get to the gym and you go, little bit disappointed, not really feeling what I wanted to feel. Then you'll start training and you'll probably get about half an hour into your workout, and then all of a sudden it hits you like a freight train. You're like, what the f did I just take another pre-workout instead of what I'm sipping on that I thought was intra-workout? That's the kind of thing. The first time I took it, I actually did that. I was like, did I mistakenly put BCAAs in my pre-workout and Conqu3r Unleashed in my intra-workout, because this shit's coming on like a mother right now. That's the kind of experience. So it does take a while to come on, and it is the sort of pre-workout where it's not going to get you off your ass to start your workout, but once you start your workout and you start to get into the zone, you get like 2 exercises 20 to 30 minutes in, and you will get just a really incredible stimulant rush that is going to carry you through towards the end of your workout. The other couple of things that I have personally noticed, and has been reflected by the rest of us at MassiveJoes who have used this, is you get a really good feeling of well-being. Really good feeling of, man, it feels great to be in the gym. Man, it feels good to be lifting this light weight like bags of feathers, baby. Just a really good feeling of well-being, which we have to put down to probably the combination of the Regia Extract, the naturally occurring DMHA, in combination with the alpha size, with the alpha GPC that's going to boost your acetylcholine. So you get this really good feeling of well-being, and then finally you get really good focus off it. Amazing tunnel vision focus, which we can put down to pretty much, once again, the combination of the alpha GPC and the naturally occurring DMHA. The final thing that I will say is that you don't crash on it, which is fantastic. You don't get a post-workout slump in energy. It's almost like once the energy kicks in, 20 to 30 minutes into your workout, it just cruises all the way through. And you literally feel like you can train forever on it. You don't feel like that at the start. At the start, you feel like it's not doing anything. But once it kicks in, you literally feel like you can just train forever and you don't get any sort of post-workout crash. The final thing that I will say, guys, is the one thing that I know a lot of people are going to check out this pre-workout, and they'll hop online, MassiveJoes.com, they'll check the shit out. They'll go, man, 40 scoops, 20 serves, $69.95 in the Australian marketplace. That's damn expensive. That's like, work it out, $3.50 per serve for a pre-workout. That being said, you do have to consider that you're getting 2 supplements in one here. This is not just a pre-workout that you will stack with something else. This is a pre-workout supplement, a very good pre-workout supplement combined with the best pump supplement we have seen thus far put together. You don't stack this with a pump supplement, viewers at home. You don't stack this with a nitric oxide booster, with a non-stim nitric oxide booster. This is already stacked for you. So you're getting 2 supplements in one. So when you see the price and you figure out the price per serve, you do have to consider that and take that into the consideration. But viewers at home, if you're looking for a brand new, innovative, exciting, pre-workout supplement that combines muscular endurance with muscle power, with stupid, disgusting muscle pumps, with an awesome energy blend that kind of almost acts like a jet afterburner. You know what it acts like? It acts like a turbocharger on a car. It doesn't kick in straight away, but when it kicks in, goddamn, it kicks in, you gotta give yourself some of this all new Olympus Labs Conqu3r Unleashed a shot. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of MassiveJoes RAW review and all the other deliciousness on our YouTube channel. If you're watching on the mobile, be sure to turn the post notifications on so you don't miss a beat when it comes to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. And guys, that is MassiveJoes RAW review on the all new Olympus Labs Conqu3r Unleashed in the house. And I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Stay